Hey, in this video I'll show you how to download the Fly Stories. So here is the workbook I'm going to work with. So basically you could just watch my main videos to figure out how to get to the modules, and you could download this workbook from my website, vbatutorialcode.com. And basically I'm just going to click play and show you what it does. What it basically does is it opens up Google Chrome and it goes to thefly.com and it copies the first story, the newest story, and then it sends an email to your phone if it's a new story. Otherwise, it just closes it out and it just keeps loading it every 10 seconds. And this is a way you can get notifications if they post any new stories, because if you remember, they don't have notifications for certain stories, especially the good ones. So you could do this with different websites if you trade stocks and you want to know all the new information. So basically this is accomplished by clicking the mouse and going to browsers with Excel. And I'm going to walk you through the code over here. So basically, if you go to here on in your computer, you can right click on Google and go to properties, and this is where the Google program is located. So you can copy this here and you can paste this over here, because this is how you, right here, this is how you open up Google, and then this is the URL you go to. So over here I'm going to thefly.com, and then so the stuff up here, this is the left click for the mouse down, this is you letting the left click go up, and then this is right click down, and then this is right click up, and this is the Point API, which I'll go into more detail in a different video. So this basically references the DLL in the user32 folder, and this references it too, and the Point API, and it declares a mouse event with all these different arguments. And then over here it has like application wait, that makes your computer wait 5 seconds for the website to load. You can make it a little bit faster or slower, like 3 seconds or 5 seconds if your computer's faster. And then you go to over here, this sets the mouse cursor position. This is the X coordinate and this is the Y coordinate. So the bigger the number is here, the more to the right of the screen it is, and the bigger number here, the more down on the screen it is. And then this basically calls the get cursor position to wherever this is, and because you set the cursor position here, and then this calls wherever that is, and then it does the mouse event there. So it left clicks down at this XY coordinate, and then it drags it to like a little bit down and to the right, and then it waits a second, and then it does a send key event with the caret C, which is Control C, and then so that's copy. So it just copies the Fly website, and then it waits a second, and then it does the send keys numlock, because when you use the send keys it locks your keyboard, so it unlocks it. And then left up is just letting go of the left click down on the mouse. And then this activates the workbook, which is over here. So basically what it does is it activates the workbook, it selects range A1 on sheet 1, and it does active sheet.paste. So it pastes the story here. So if range A1 equals sheet 2 range A1, so if the story is the same as the last story that it pastes on sheet 2, then it just goes to line 33, which is down here. So it skips over the else statement. If it actually does, if it doesn't equal, if it's a new story, then it'll actually email you. But if it does equal, it's the same story. It'll just skip over everything, and then it won't email you or text your phone to notify you, because you don't want to know about the same story over and over. You only want to know if it's a new story. And then, so here's the else statement for this if statement. So if range A1 on sheet 1 doesn't equal it, sheet 2, then it goes to sheet 2, it clears the contents, it goes to sheet 1, and it copies sheet 1 over to sheet 2, because that's the new story that you're comparing against. And so from then on, if sheet 1 equals sheet 2, then it's not a new story anymore. And you could download this workbook at my website. So basically, and this, it opens up Outlook, the Outlook application, and it creates an email. And so with Outmail, which is the email or the Outlook email that you're sending, it here's the 2. So it goes to whatever the number is here, and it'll message whatever cell phone number is here, and then you can do @ and then whatever your phone service is. On my website I have how to do all the different phone people. And then here is the subject, so that's the subject that gets into your phone. And at the end of this video I'll show you the text message that gets into my phone for the new news stories. And then here it just sends it. Here it displays it. You don't have to display it if you don't want to. And that's basically it.